All right, folks, I want to bring you a quick video today about this guy. This is the Grip and Pull. Not to be confused with the Rub and Tug. That's something totally different. This is the Grip and Pull. It is a bullet puller. And if you believe him, this is the best bullet puller in the world. Now, one of my big supporters, Ed, got in touch with me a while back and said he was looking at these guys and was planning to purchase one and wondered if I had any experience or thoughts to offer on them. And I had never even seen one before. So what he was kind enough to do, he bought one for himself and he also bought one for me and sent this guy to me. So I really appreciate that. It's an interesting product. The basics of it are, it's this little thingy here. You've got different holes for all of your different bullet sizes. This is the standard rifle size. It covers 17 to 30 caliber. They have a large rifle, which goes from 8mm up to 458. They've got a pistol version that pulls 9mm up to, looks like your 50 caliber stuff. And they've got one they call mil spec, which does 5.56, 7.62, and it looks like 50 BMG. So they've got us all covered. I decided to go with the standard rifle. This covers most of the bullets I'm generally pulling. Seems like I make the most screw-ups in my rifle reloading. And this just seems like it would be like super convenient. Here's the basics of it. Here's a piece of 224 Valkyrie that I need to pull because I'm an idiot. You basically put it in your press. I'll tell you what, I'll just give you a look over at the press. You put it in your press, you raise the ram until the round is all the way up, and then you slip your little grip and pull, the corresponding hole over the bullet. You give this guy a squeeze, you lower the ram, and it pulls out the bullet. Now that seems really awesome, but this guy has been a challenge. It doesn't work quite as slick as they might make you think. I'm finding a lot of problems with slippage. Like, you have really got to squeeze on this guy, which causes a couple problems. For one, it causes bullets, like when you get a bullet that slips, at the very least, you end up with some marks like this. Just some scuff marks on some bullets. This is a bullet I pulled with this puller that slipped on me just a touch. Now that's not terrible. Like, that's just cosmetic. I would absolutely shoot that bullet, put it in my plinking pile, and I would definitely shoot that. But man, every once in a while you get one that slips really hard and you just can't quite seem to get a freaking hold of the stupid thing, and you end up with something like this. Yeah, see, this guy was just a huge pain in the butt and got marked up really bad. So this bullet definitely got a little bit distorted and screwed up, so this one's junk. Now what I'm finding is that the smaller calibers are harder. 22 caliber is a pain in the butt. 30 caliber, on the other hand, like I pulled some 308s and got some footage. Man, these came out no problem. I think it's twofold. Like, just I don't know, the larger bullet is easier to get a grip on. And plus the placement of the hole up here towards the fulcrum of our nutcracker really makes it a lot less difficult to squeeze this guy hard enough so that it won't slip. So 30 caliber hasn't been too bad for me. But man, 22 has been a freaking challenge. The other problem, this is not the most ergonomic design you're going to see in the world, folks. I think what I'm going to do is get some of like the Plastidip or Plastidip stuff from the auto parts store or wherever fine tools are sold. You know, the stuff that you dip your tool handles in to give them a plastic rubberized grip. I think that would help here a lot. Maybe just couple layers of some duct tape and maybe some electrical tape or something would help a lot. But this guy, after a couple rounds, man, it feels like it's cutting into your hand and it gets a little bit painful. If you've got like arthritis or something or other reasons why your hands are weak, don't even think about it, man. This guy definitely does take some force, especially down here, to keep a hold of those bullets. Now, this isn't just me saying this because, you know, that's the thing, you know, Ed sent it to me. I appreciated it very much. And then I kind of wrote him a message saying, man, how's yours working out for you? Because I'm having a little bit of trouble with mine. And it turns out he's having the exact same experience I'm having. The finishing on this guy is a little bit rough. It doesn't really, right, so it doesn't look horrible. But then again, you know, not exactly the best finishing work here. And Ed actually mentioned that he tried to polish up his 30 caliber hole a little bit better. And I've been thinking about doing that, but I was worried that if I polished it, then it would be harder to grip the bullets with a polished hole versus a rough hole. So I think you want a little bit of roughness, but yeah, it might be somewhere in between from what I'm seeing and truly polished. You definitely don't want to truly polish them, I don't think. And mine has some like white gunk. I don't know if that's some type of mold release that transferred over to this guy, but that does kind of seem to be what you get. You get the piece as it came out of the mold. They paint some stuff on it and it's sent your way. Like yeah, I don't know. Now here's the thing, brother. Even though all of these negatives that I've just talked about and it being a pain in the butt, it's still incredibly handy. Like this is going to sit over in my pile of tools. And this is going to be my new go-to way. If I just need to pull 1 or 2 bullets, like maybe I made a quick mistake and quickly fix the issue, I just need to pull out a couple bullets. This is the easiest way. Because the alternatives, like a kinetic bullet puller like this, these are okay. You know, I've used the heck out of this guy. I've actually been through several of these over the years. I end up banging on them so hard that they end up cracking at some point. But this one's actually lasted me quite a while. These guys, these are okay. And if you're just going to own one bullet puller, I think this is the one you want to get. A kinetic style bullet puller. Because this is the only way I know of that absolutely 100% of the time I get good bullets back. Like you pull the bullets and they're in perfect shape. You never have to worry about them getting marked up. The downside is that it's slow. It's kind of annoying. The powder, you know, after you pull each bullet, the powder and the bullet are down in here. So it's a pain in the butt to separate your powder and your bullet. And they've got like a little sponge or something down in the bottom that helps to protect the bullet as it pops out, I guess is what that's for. And like granules of powder get stuck in there. So you always kind of got to be careful. If you're wanting to save your powder, you want to make sure there's not any leftover powder from your last time down in there. They're okay, they're cheap, but they're rather annoying. The other option is one of the cam style bullet pullers. This is the Hornady Cam Lock, and this guy goes in your press, and the bullet goes up in there, and there you go. You turn this little handle, and the collet closes on your bullet, and gets a hold of it and pulls it out. This has a lot of the same problems that I'm running into with the grip and pull. If you don't get your collet tight enough, the bullet slips, and then if you get it too tight, it marks up the bullet really bad and you can't reuse your bullets. So this guy, very frustrating. It's prone to screw up your bullets, but this is absolutely the best way if you're doing a huge batch, because it takes very little force to close your collet. So if you're pulling 100 bullets, I feel like this is the way to go. Less fatigue, you get it set up, and you're off and running. So if I'm doing huge batches, this is my preference. If I absolutely must save the bullets, a kinetic puller is my choice. And if I just want to grab something that's already sitting on the bench and pull a bullet in like 15 seconds, I think the grip and pull has got a place for that. But I'm just going to know that, yep, I might screw up my bullet. It might be a little bit frustrating. Maybe I'll have a little hand cramp when I'm done, but there's going to be times when this is the least annoying option. There is no good bullet pulling option, is basically what I'm getting at here. They all suck in their own special way. Now, I would say the biggest downside of this guy is the price. They're between $35 and $45. The pistol is actually the most expensive because, you know, with pistol rounds, your ram doesn't go high enough to get the bullet clear of the top of the press. So it comes with a little metal contraption, and you actually use the puller down lower near the ram, you know, near the bottom of the stroke rather than up high on top of the press. So it comes with a little spacer thingy. So I think that's what bumps its price up. But the standard rifle and the large rifle are $40. That seems pricey for what it is. I mean, I understand the companies in our little hobby, you know, they're not selling 800 million of these. They need to maximize profit on the sales they do make. But I don't know, $30 might be a little easier for me to swallow because 40 just seems a little pricey, especially when you can get one of these for 15 bucks or 20 bucks, or I don't know. So I think that's where we'll leave it, folks. Just wanted to give a quick overview of this guy. I'm going to keep using it. If it gets better, if I learn some tricks, well, I'll tell you one trick I should tell you really quick. Like this piece of 224 Valkyrie, I was pulling some of these because I made a big mistake, and yeah, whatever. But I actually found the 24 hole, it just goes down and it slips down a whole lot easier, but still you can get a good grip. I found that to work better. And I've also found, like, you want to be right down, almost touching that brass to get the best grip, you know, the flattest part of the bullet that's available to you. Which I guess I should also say, like the pistol stuff, I don't even know how that one would work. If one of you guys has the pistol version, let me know, because Like the vast majority of pistol rounds, I don't know what you would grab a hold of. Some of them have a little bit of flat bearing surface available, but then again, a lot of pistol rounds don't. So I don't know about that one. I would be wary of the pistol version unless you know that your bullet design is going to give you something to grab a hold of. So same warning with the cam lock style. If there's nothing to grab a hold of, you can't get it out, and you're stuck with a kinetic bullet puller in those instances, no doubt about it. All right, folks, if you've been waiting on a 224 Valkyrie video, man, it's been awful. I have made mistake after mistake. As you saw in this video, I'm sitting here pulling some bullets out of my latest mistake. I have broken a die. I have failed to resize brass properly. So it's been a comedy of errors, and the video's not ready yet. But we'll be covering all of that in those videos. I would actually probably at this point be better served to just start over and, you know, start refilming from the beginning. Of course, I want to cover all my mistakes, right? We're all about that around here. The stupider I can make myself look and the more problems I can show you, the more we all learn. So I definitely want to do that, and that's going to happen. But yep, a couple more days for the Valkyrie videos. So I think that's it for now. See you guys next time.